This is my second addition to core strengthening. Last video, I talked about how to properly engage your core. We did it in a laying down position, which is very easy. We're gonna progress from here. We're gonna talk about the bird dog exercise and the plank exercise. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna demonstrate first. You can try along with me, and then we're gonna go right into a mini circuit. We'll do 4 rounds of 30 seconds of work with 15-second rest in between. As we move through these exercises and we move through the sets, I'm going to show you the progressions. So we'll start with the easiest progression and progress from there. Only progress if you have no pain and you feel like you can do it correctly, but still feel a challenge. First, we're gonna start with the bird dog. In the last video, we did the dead bug, where we moved our legs with our opposite arms while keeping control of our core. So again, let's just touch base with that pelvic tilt. Everyone get into this kneeling position, tilt your pelvis forward, tilt your pelvis backwards, just come back and forth so you can feel the difference between the two. The goal here is to find a middle ground. So you don't want to be too far forward, you don't want to be too far backwards, you want to be right in the middle, abdominals drawn in as if someone was to punch you in the stomach. We're now going to take this feeling into a quadruped position. Hands right underneath my shoulders, knees right underneath my hips. Again, let's touch base with that anterior pelvic tilt, so my back is arched, and a posterior pelvic tilt where my back is rounded. So do this with me. Arch the back, pelvis forward, round the back, pelvis backwards. Forward arched, backwards rounded. We're gonna find that middle ground. Here, my back is nice and flat, my hips are level, my shoulders are level. Okay, what we're gonna start with is, the full expression is here, okay? Keeping a flat back, extending one leg, one arm. What we're gonna start with, and we'll do this together, you're gonna slide the leg back, come back to the middle. Slide the other leg back, come to the middle. Arm and arm. This doesn't look hard, but the goal here, the key, is to keeping that flat back and not letting it arch as you extend your leg or your arm. Staying flat, drawing in your abdominals. If someone was to punch you, you'd be nice and strong here, okay? We're gonna do 30 seconds of work. Find that neutral spine, engage the abdominals, and we're gonna move. So we'll slide our leg out, come back in, slide our leg out, come back in. Now we're gonna do arm and arm. As I continue to cycle through here, my hips and my shoulders are staying level. So if I was to place a cup of water between my shoulder blades and a cup of water right in the middle of my hips, that cup would not spill over. It would not spill over to the right or left of me. It would stay balanced.
2, 1, rest.
Great. Now, next progression, we're gonna continue to slide the leg, but we're just gonna move the opposite arm. Same thing, try not to arch or round that back. Keep a neutral position. Draw the abdominals in.
2, 1, go.
All right, slide the foot, opposite arm, and come back. Slide the foot, arm, come back. We'll continue with this. Again, not rocking side to side. Keep those cups of water balanced and level, and abdominals drawn in. Good job. Moving slow. I could easily move fast here, but I would lose sight of that core engagement. We don't want that. We want to move nice and controlled. Nice job.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Good. Rest. If you are ready for the next and final progression, it's going to be the full version of a bird dog. Okay, so my leg is now lifting. If you have tight hips, don't try to get that foot so high that you arch your back. Okay?
Go.
If you're at the previous progression, that's fine. Stay there. That's completely okay. Do what challenges you, but do it correctly. So for me, I have tight hip flexors. So if I really try to extend my leg, my hip flexors are gonna pull my hip forward, arch my back. I don't want that. So you can see I don't go as high with my leg. So I'm almost at the full expression of the bird dog, but not quite there.
Rest.
All right, for this last round, I am just going to repeat another round of the full expression of the bird dog, or my expression of the bird dog.
1, go.
Making sure that spine stays neutral, extending my arm, opposite leg. I'm able to lift my foot off of the floor just a little bit. Maybe you're still sliding the foot and opposite arm. Maybe you're just moving one limb at a time. That's fine. Key is to keep those glasses of water level. Keep them from spilling over to the sides. Keep that back nice and flat. Good job. Keep going.
2, 1, done.
And rest. Good. Shake out those arms. Take a deep breath. Next, we're going to go into a plank series. So again, a little bit arm and shoulder dominant, but focus is on the position of our pelvis, engagement of the core to make sure we're doing this correctly. We're going to follow the same format. So we're going to do sets of 30 seconds, 15 seconds rest in between. And as we move through the set, we're going to make the plank a little bit harder. So first, we're going to, again, let's get in touch. So we can come into all fours. We're going to get in touch with that neutral hip position, right? This is quadruped. We're now going to walk it out to a plank. So I'm just going to lift my feet and I'm going to walk my hands out, move my hips forward. Shoulders are still stacked over my wrists, but now there's a straight line from my shoulders, hips, knees. So we're not in this tabletop position, we're in a plank position. So this is a modified plank. This is where we're going to start. Again, follow along with me. So either arch your back, feel what it's like to have that anterior pelvic tilt, and then round your back. Feel what it's like to be on the opposite end of that. We want to find that middle ground. Then we want to draw in our abdominals, make sure we're nice and engaged here. So what we're going to do, you can do a plank on your hands, you can do a plank on your forearms. Let's get right into it. I'm going to do a plank on my hands. Same thing, we're going to do 4 rounds, 30 seconds of work.
3, 2, 1, go.
Try to keep your face relaxed here and try to breathe. So unlike the previous movements, we're not moving, we're just holding a static hold. So I want you to breathe here and focus on your breathing, focus on that neutral spine. And that's all you have to focus on. Everything else we had a lot to think about. Good, we're breathing, breathing. Nice job. Just another 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Great, we're either staying here for the next set or we're gonna move into a full plank, okay? Shoulders still over my wrists. I'm now just lengthening my body, harder for that core to control, and holding here.
3, 2, 1, go.
And go. Key is to keep that neutral spine. As you get tired, if you feel your hips dipping forward, round, and arching that back, scale back down to a modified plank, that's fine, okay? We are halfway through this. You can do the plank on your hands. I'm gonna demonstrate on the elbows for the next round. Either one is fine, whatever's gonna make you better is fine.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Great, I'm gonna demonstrate a plank on the forearms next. So same difficulty level, it's a full plank. If you're going to do this, keep your arms parallel instead of clasping your hands together.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, make sure that pelvis is tucked, abdominals engaged. Keeping your arms parallel keeps your shoulders in a better position. If you're grabbing your hands together, it internally rotates the shoulders, which can slightly round the upper back, which we don't want. We're focusing on neutral spine here. So nice parallel forearms. Good job, we're breathing, making sure that back is staying straight, pelvis is tucked, abdominals engaged.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Great, shake out those arms. We're staying at a full plank, modified plank, or moving on to a extended plank. My hands are now in front of my shoulders, and I'm gonna hold this
3,
position.
2, 1, go.
All right? Again, the focus is keeping that neutral spine, not letting the hips dip. You can also think about squeezing your quads, relaxing your face, taking deep breaths. We got this. We're halfway through this last set. Almost there. Keep breathing. Keep those abdominals engaged. Someone's going to come up and punch you in the stomach.
1, done.
Nice job. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you learned something with the bird dog and the plank progressions that you can use to better help strengthen your core, support your back, or make your workout even better.